Today for the Bitcoin price with DAVINCIJ15. DAVINCIJ15 is right now calling the financial crisis for the financial markets. Can you remember that DAVINCIJ15 called it back then in 2008? Right now, he's doing the exact same thing. We will go into it, show you data and show you evidence for this assumption. And we will also talk about the impact on Bitcoin in the immediate short term, but even more important, in the long run. Guys, this is maybe one of the most important episodes we have done in a while. So make sure you take a seat. Make sure you smash up the like button to at least 2,000 likes. And that being said, we want to come to the most important question of today. DAVINCIJ15, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great. I'm in my office today on Saturday. I've had to take down the servers because I had to upgrade the RAM and stuff like that. But Pandora's Wallet should be up and running for Monday at the latest. Should anything go wrong, I might have to keep it down on Sunday. So I just want everybody to know. But with that said, how are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing very well. I'm here in Thailand, Koh Phangan. It's, in my opinion, the #1 blockchain island in the world. But maybe more about that later on in a future video. Right now, maybe we can pull up the charts, and I can already tell you guys, this episode will be rocket fuel. We will not only talk about the financial markets, about the financial crisis, with the one guy who called the last financial crisis up to the exact day. We will also talk about the impact on Bitcoin, and also we will do some TA for Bitcoin in the immediate short term. And I want to remind everyone, while we are pulling up the charts, that a few weeks back, DaVinci actually called. Everyone can go back on our channel. The video is still online and verify that he actually said the financial crisis might go down. And now listen, guys, in 2020, between March and September. And guys, look where we are. We are right before March. So yeah, DaVinci, maybe we do the Bitcoin TA before, talk about the price targets in the immediate short term, and then even more important, go over into the financial crisis topic, because what we have to talk about is actually mind-blowing.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about Bitcoin, because this is a Bitcoin Moon Boy channel. So let's focus on that first, right? And as you can see here, we have like a trend line that Bitcoin is like struggling to break above. We do have some positive signs that Bitcoin will break this trend line and have a little bit of bounce. It does need one because we have like overextended ourselves on this downward movement here. You can see for the week, wow, it's just incredibly down.
Yes.
So this weekend we might see a little bit of pop. If not this weekend, maybe on next week sometime. Unfortunately, we're going to need some serious movements because we need to break above this top up here, which is at $10,500. And we're down all the way here at 8,500. So a big move up there is probably not likely. So you're going to have to sell the move wherever we decide to go. I think, you know what, the best thing to do is to do a fibs, and we're probably going to retrace that back to 38.2 or a 50% level here, because that's where there's a lot of resistance here, and then roll back over. That's the 50% mark is at 9,460, and the 38.2 is 9,215. That's probably the most likely target, but somewhere in between there is where you would start considering getting into some shorts or selling the market, as this thing is going to roll over with the rest of the markets, unfortunately.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
If you're a dollar cost average person, right, you should ignore all of this. Ignore the noise. You're a hodler. You're hodling for the big win. And yeah, you could probably wait for a W in the market, wait for the market to bottom out, and then start buying. But you don't know where it's going to bottom out. I don't know where it's going to bottom out. We're going to be totally guessing here, right? So, but we can do a little bit of probabilities, and the most likely probability where we're going to bottom out here. And then let's just bring up a bigger chart here. Let's see here. The most probable point that we're going to bottom out is around the 7,200 level. So I would say you should start scaling in. If you want to scale in with shorts on a leverage, scale in with the shorts to all the way down to 7,200, and I think you should probably bail. If not at 7,200. Definitely at the $66,420 level, where if this breaks, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about what happens if that breaks.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's phrase it like this. It's not looking all too bullish in the immediate short term for Bitcoin. You were talking about the 7,200 level for Bitcoin, which is still way below the price level we are at right now. However, you also talked about the 10,500 level, which is, in case we surpass it, letting the bullish scenario coming back into place. However, this price level is so far away. So right now, if someone would put a gun to your head, you would say, I'm more bearish than bullish, right, in the immediate short term.
Exactly. But if we break up, right, and we decide this turns into something bigger, this minor divergence somehow turns into something bigger, and we break the 10,500 level. Well, hey, you know what? We're going. The sky's the limit, man. We're going up. We're going up.
Nice. This is what I like to hear. This is what I like to hear. So, I mean, in this case, maybe it remains to see. Maybe we have to give the chart a little bit more time to mature. However, Da Vinci, I mean, besides the TA, we have a very, very important topic to talk about today, and this is the financial markets. This is the upcoming financial crisis. I mean, guys, you don't have to be an expert when you are looking at this crazy chart here to say, it's not looking all too good for the traditional markets. This is the Dow Jones, but the S&P 500, the Nikkei, the Shanghai Composite, they are all looking the same. Even gold and oil is going down, just as Bitcoin. So, Da Vinci, I just wanted to say it once again. Back in the days, you actually made holiday to watch the financial crisis happening in 2008. Right now, I'm on holiday and you are at home. However, you are still calling the financial crisis to happen between March and September, just as you already said a few weeks ago. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit more on that and tell us exactly why you think that is the case and why the recent dump we have been seeing right now is the first warning sign and maybe the beginning of this upcoming financial crisis before we go into the impact for the Bitcoin price, especially in the mid and long run?
Yes, well, as you know, right, I'm gonna switch back to face mode. As you
Yeah.
know, I was talking about back then. The market had already risen to like unbelievable heights, and our Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve, and many central banks around the world were acting like there was some sort of emergency. They were doing QE that was not QE, and and they're
Oh,
taking
Jerome Powell.
exactly, and they're taking unprecedented levels. They're going all out in order to save us from what they called, oh well, the markets are fine. We want to make sure that they remain fine, right? Kind of attitude. That's what their attitude was. So that made me realize that hey, you know what, things are a lot worse than they're letting on, and so all we need is some sort of prick. And I was betting that if it wasn't coronavirus, it would have been something else that would
Yes.
have started this whole tumble down. And we're with this coronavirus, it's going to be make it even worse if they try to print their way out of it. And they're going to do it anyways. They've already done so in Hong Kong. They just given out everybody a whole bunch of money. Here, kids, have some money, free money, have some fun.
Exactly.
Right? I
What they are doing with this is just expanding the money supply and robbing the lower and middle class people by their purchasing power. So by donating this money to the people, they are robbing the purchasing power at the same time. I mean, it's a zero-sum game, guys. You have to understand that. Fiat money is not sound money. Also, Da Vinci, while you are talking about interest rates, everyone who is subscribed to our Twitter channel at MMCrypto, link in the description down below in the pinned comment, we tweeted yesterday as one of the first ones actually also about the Federal Reserve having announced that they will cut the interest rates even further. As you know, they are much higher than in Europe, but they are also right now converging to zero, and now they are once again cutting it. Look at this tweet here we actually posted. Also, the People's Bank of China, the central bank of China, interest rates of China are going down since 2 months or so. I don't have it in my brain right now, but I will put the picture right here. And you can see that they are going down from 4.3% to 4%. And they just announced that they will cut it once more, of course, because of the coronavirus and many other reasons. The economy of China is weakening AF. The Chinese economy is looking very, very bad. And Da Vinci, you wanted to talk about that as well, especially towards the factories in China, right?
Exactly. Well, let's bring up some the information that we've looked up here. What you can see here, what's going on is that A lot of things are built in China. We all know this, right? And manufactured in China. And we're gonna see, like, our phones are not gonna be manufactured, and that's not big of a deal. But what is a big deal, right, is that most of the drugs are produced in China, and already in 44 countries there's shortages on a major drug that the FDA is not letting us know what it is. It's probably something very important.
Wow.
That's why they're not saying what it is. And so they don't want people to go and stock up on those drugs, and like they have shortages, right? And that'd be very deadly. But that's coming, right? This is coming to a theater near you. Also, Honda and Kia has closed factories, right, because of part shortages, and you can find, I think you'll find government coming this next month. A lot of other car manufacturers are going to close up shops, along with local stores, local factories, because believe it or not, even your local factories depend on China. A lot of people don't understand that although your factory might produce, like, let's just say, your local factory produces beer, right? Um, they also need the bottles. They also need caps. They also need boxes. They also need pallets. They also need nails. They also need machinery, equipment to grease the machinery and maintain the machinery that produces the beer, and all that is made in China.
Yes.
So, so you could see your local factories shut down because they were due to a lack of parts that they need from China. And yeah, this is going to be a disaster if the Federal Reserve and central banks start printing more money in order for us to stimulate the economy. You go, well, you can't stimulate the economy if there's no products.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys are mentally retarded.
Yeah. All right. So this is getting out of hand right now. You are right, though. But I wanted to mention something else. For China, I mean, they are devaluing their currency since ages. Everyone knows that. And they are doing that because they are exporting so much. China is a massive exporting country. And how it goes for these economies, you can always be a very successful exporting country by devaluing your currency, but it is much harder to valuing your currency up because you can always print as much as you want and devalue your own currency towards US dollars and everything else. So the exports are getting cheaper. The other way around, it's not working so well. And that is one of the reasons why China was so successful by exporting. However, that means if they are exporting so much, many other economies are very dependent on the Chinese economy. So what is happening right now in China has a massive chain reaction, like a kraken, to all the other economies out there. And we have to understand this might be the one initial chain reaction effect we actually needed for the financial crisis to happen. And DaVinci, I must say, your call a few weeks ago saying that the financial crisis will happen, I think you said it in 2019, will happen in 2020 between March and September. Maybe some people in the comment section can let us know in what video it was. I cannot search it right now. It was like weeks ago. But that was a very, very nice call. And right now it really seems to come into fruition. So before we wrap it up for today, let us know, DaVinci, what do you think? What will be the impact for the Bitcoin price? Not only in the short term, which is also important, but even more important in the long and mid run.
Unfortunately, because Bitcoin is a highly speculative asset, we're all speculating that Bitcoin will become money. And when people lose money in the stock market, most of them are speculators, and they're fully leveraged. And when they have to sell all their assets and cover their losses in the markets, they're going to sell even their good assets like Bitcoin and gold and so forth. So we're going to see a lot of these safe haven assets not going to get a bid right away. It might even dump a little bit, but they will be the first one to come out of all the carnage in the markets, because these are real valuable assets, and they will start to move up higher long before the stock market does.
Yeah. Wow. So for the immediate short term, it might not be very good for Bitcoin, especially when there is a massive, massive crash and people are panicking. Of course, even gold might go down in the immediate short term because of the massive shock in the markets. However, in the mid and long run, Bitcoin will probably recover much faster, much earlier. than the financial markets, where everything is already fundamentally very, very bad and much worse than you can see it in the charts right now. So for the long run, this would be bullish for Bitcoin, guys. Do not freak out, even though we might see some furthermore downwards price action if the stock markets plummet once more. This is why we are in Bitcoin, actually. We don't believe in the fiat currency system. We don't believe in the long-term growth of the financial markets propped up by debt, propped up by money printing, and that's why we are in Bitcoin. Do not forget about that, even in bearish times. So thank you so much, DaVinci. Thanks for dropping these knowledge bombs on us. And do you have anything to say maybe before we wrap up today's episode, or any announcements?
Yes, so I didn't have published a new version of Pandora's Wallet on Friday. I know I said that on our last video together, only because I had to take down the servers this weekend, and so but Monday we will have the new version of Pandora's Wallet, and also a discount price of 20% to everybody for your patience, and I appreciate your help with Pandora's Wallet. Yeah, so it looks like there's a protest going on outside here, right? I don't know if you hear that. Oh
Wow.
my gosh, because they
Wow,
said that
you
they're
are in
going to start.
Chile right now.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
said
it's
they were going to start protesting on the first. I guess they started early because it's the 29th. So
it's so peaceful here over in Thailand, but all over the world things are happening actually. People are protesting, people are not happy, economies are getting worse and worse, and of course central banks going crazy. So let's hope for the best for all the people out there, especially for the people who are not exposed to probably the best hedge in the history of mankind against the financial markets. So yeah, DaVinci, thank you so much for bringing all this knowledge to us today. I mean, you are the best person to talk to when it comes to calling in financial crisis. You were always a massive gold believer, since 2011 a Bitcoin believer, and yeah, you were always in financial markets and the economy. So thank you so much for that, guys. And if you appreciate that as well, make sure you go down, you smash the like button, and apologies that we didn't do altcoin analysis today. We will do it in the next one, most probably. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting us from the bottom of my heart. And DaVinci, do you have anything to say before we wrap up today's episode?
don't get wrecked.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Do not get wrecked, as we will see each other at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, click the subscription box right here and click the Bybit tutorial if you haven't watched it already. We will see each other at the next one of MMCrypto already tomorrow. And as always, guys, bye-bye.